Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on my soul. Lord have mercy. It is your friend, CryptoFace. Where do we even start, folks? My head's been in the sand for, a good little while now. You haven't seen any content come from me. No videos, no streams, no tweets. I don't want to dwell on the past too much here because I've been dwelling enough on it already. Yes, the last week and a half, week ago was the worst week of the year for me. It was horrible. Mistakes were made. Everything was sucks, and it was bad. It was bad. Most of you already know this. But at some point, you have to move forward. Now, we're going to go over a couple of things here moving forward. But if there's one thing that you take away from this video, let's talk about that right now. And we like to have fun here on the CryptoFace channel. But just because we like to have fun doesn't mean we're not 100% taking this stuff serious. So, this circle represents 24 hours that we have in the day. Okay? 24 hours. The U.S. market is open from, 9:30 to 4, which is, where's the darn paintbrush? 9:30 to 4, which is like 6.5 hours. We'll just call it six, a fourth of the pie. Okay? For 6.5 hours, not including lunch, this is the USA standard markets. That's with crypto, stocks, everything. From the second before and the second after the U.S. market, there is one other market. It is the Chinese. Not the Korean, not Japanese, not the UK, London. It's none of that stuff matters. There's the U.S. market making in action, and then there's the Chinese. That's it. And this is real and proven. I have two sources. One, it's I don't want to give up too much, but the Chinese hours of trading this year, everybody knows if you've traded the weekends at nights, this year it's been worse than ever before. Now, yes, this past month, we've been nailing Sundays pretty good. But besides that, nighttime on weekdays, nighttime, weekends has been after the U.S. when U.S. closes has been terrible. Why? Well, there's a reason for it. And that reason is the entities that run the show have gotten bigger, badder, smarter, and meaner. And their the Chinese market-making sandworm with jagged teeth, okay? And what this sandworm does, okay, is when it's 2 a.m. at night and you put a long in, okay, it goes, the sandworm goes down, and then you get out and it goes, you short it, and it feeds, and it's worse than ever before. And they've got artificial intelligence. No, it's not even artificial anymore. It's real intelligence. They have achieved singularity with the sandworm market Chinese making. And it's, listen, I spoke with 2 sources, and there is one place. Well, there's one where they have the biggest sandworm. You all know the name. You all know the specific company. And they have the most advanced sandworm. So, Ethereum after US hours, it's just horrible. And it's funny because even, this morning, as soon as the US markets open, man, it's like daisies, la-di-da-di-da. I started a new trade group, and we're a couple days in. During the market hours, kicking ass. During the Chinese hours, give back the gains. Happened again today for stuff like this. This jagged, ridiculous, this lame stop loss taken, jagged, blah stuff. The 1-2 candle. Okay, there's there's repetitive patterns that goes 1, 2. That 1-2 candle. If you've been in our Discord at night, you know what I'm talking about. But just quick, jagged stuff like this, and it's bad. Worse than ever. Now, that being said, the point of the story is, for me, unless I'm really trading with the trend. Listen, if you've just been short and sitting on your ass, you're probably doing good. I'm sure there's people that are like, oh, well, why didn't you just short? Ugh. And I get what you're saying. Good for you if you were short. And you fat catted short all the way down. Good for you. But even the in-betweens, jagged. Whether you're short or long, and they're coming for you now more than ever, and they've improved, and that's a fact, Jack. That's a fact. Now, couple of things with the trade groups moving forward. Trading, it's having my own trade with the trade groups at the same time. Just a bad idea for a couple reasons. Number one, I would always exit the trade groups first because I didn't want to dump on them. And yeah, there was a couple times where it played in my favor. But, I would be in these huge trades and hella in the green, but shit starts happening fast. And I can't exit my trades first before the groups, or else everything's over. And so I'd get the groups out, and then mine would be screwed. The last week and a half has been so bad. It's been the worst week and a half of the year, 2 weeks of the year for me. Now that shit is over. And it's time to fight back. And at the end of the day, nobody should be trading with $1 that they cannot afford to lose. And if you put your faith in another man's hands, don't be surprised if the world doesn't just open up and lay down a red carpet for you. Shit happens. But the Lord says, someone said, you put faith in another man's hand, you'll be let down. Anyways, over trading, exhaustion. The trade groups were my number one focus. I put them first before everything. Over traded, busted my front teeth. It's so bad. Where I even tripped and busted my front teeth. I have two new beautiful front teeth. And so, this trading at night, Chinese shit every night, all time shit's got to over. That shit ain't happening again. No, we're trading U.S. market and going on about our business. If we think we can capture a big trend on the Chinese nighttime, maybe sure. Yeah, okay. But I'm not doing this Chinese shit at night. Getting just torn by the sandworm. Now, that being said, where was I going to go with this? You know, there's patterns printing. There's Chinese chongs, the 4 impulse waves, you know, during market hours. Where was it here? So, okay, well, let me see here. Where was it here? Okay, so this was right when the market opened. This was U.S. market opened right here. Here was 1, 2, 3, 4. I think if you see it better if you zoom in. But there's chongs that are printing. If you don't know what a chong is, it goes Chinese, Ching, Chong, and on the 4th wave, it dumps. There's been like 3 or 4 of them today. And if this one's not clear, this one we were able to get. Boop. And then here's another little one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're there. Keep an eye out for that. Actually, the pattern that we're in right now, this lame pump on Ethereum is, I knew it looked familiar. It looks like a little dipper dump pattern from our pattern book. If you don't have a pattern book, you better start making yourself one. Looks just like it. Even had the same hitch. Let me see here. Yeah, it makes the sharp fin and then pounds on through. So, now zooming out. The Ethereum spider lines. Obviously, Ethereum's been obeying the spider lines right here. And, I mean, things are still bearish with hints of bullish hope. That's just enough to trap you on these low time frames, the RSI's mid. Just trap these Chinese hours. And then as soon as the U.S. market opened, it was just, long the bottom. You damn CryptoFace, long the bottom. When the U.S. market opens up, Chinese market shit going all over the place. Although I tell you what, maybe we just short right now. I'm short right now. I'm short on the garbage group. That's the new group, the garbage fundraising group. It's garbage, the garbage fund. That's the new group. One group. So I'm not juggling 3. And the full port's still there, still fighting on that one. I'm swinging. I've been swinging on this account, but doing it responsibly. We were like up and down. Now, since we got stuffed out, we're like down a little bit, but now we're probably like break even now. So that shit that happened last week's never going to happen again. And I need to, I'm not going to do what I did for the last 3 months. That was just over trading, overworked. I mean, things. It just culminated, man. It just built up into a couple things. So let's take a look at let's zoom out and take a look at what's going on here. What's going on here? By the way, I saw Gladiator 2. Wow, horrible. It's Denzel's worst movie. I can't believe what's-his-face Ridley Scott even approved that damn thing. The two little Emperor kids, what the heck was that? What the hell was that? Horrible movie. Okay, so the weekly. Here's that darn weekly. You know, there was a short. So, in one of my last streams or videos, probably the last one I did, we talk about this very thing right here. And my team made a YouTube short out of it. And I'm like, oh, you know, this maybe probably just ends up like this. And we have, what, a 10% pullback, which is obvious we're having a momentum clip, yet still I ignored my own signs. What would that bring? 112? Right on target. Nothing worse than ignoring your own signs. God, I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I do it like once a year on average. I turn into a fool. And it's right in front of me. It's like last week I ignored the 4 hour, the 6 hour. I ignored everything except the 10 minute, the 8 minute. Gosh. Anyways. There's so much stuff on these charts here. So Ethereum didn't break the ancient resistance, the 3,800 ancient resistance. We're still up against it. What is this? The weekly momentum potentially curving over. Red RSIs. VWAP coming down. Dog days of summer. The late stage of summer. Zooming in, we do have green RSIs. Now these RSIs are getting up here a little bit at least. Not these mid-range green RSIs where it's tripping you out. If you're an Elliott wave guy, maybe you're like, maybe you're like that. Filicone. On the 2-day, what's the daily looking like? What is this? Ethereum? We'll go to Bitcoin. I mean, the money flow, we're still grass on the field. We're still playing ball. Momentum's coming down here. It's clipping off the 0 line. We're just up against resistance, man. We're up against resistance right now as we speak. That's why I'm like, this Chinese shit. There's no way this shit's gonna pump up right now tonight out of here. With the way this stuff's been going and looking. This pump. Just enough to stop you out, Chinese. This was during U.S. hours. From right here to right here. This was, woohoo, the U.S. market, woohoo. Everything else sucks. Man. I don't know about you, but I know about me. If you need a lesson in responsibility, if you need help with responsibility in your trading, Breakout Prop is the only prop firm in the whole prop firm space, whether it's Forex, stocks, whatever, that has never denied a payout daily payouts. There's major there's major like Forex pimply nerds out there. There's a whole other community. Forex in trading is so huge. I've been watching these videos on YouTube of like huge MLM scams. I just watched one yesterday, and it was like a trading MLM scam. I've never heard of it. It was like EM or OM or something. I'm like, what the hell? Like, who are these guys? I've heard of these guys. And they take these young Instagram kids, and there were so many kids. There were so many of these young, like, weird Instagram people, bitches everywhere. There were so many girls, too. There's bitches in trading. And, man, it's a huge, huge industry filled with scummy stuff and fine print. But this company has stood out in the prop firm space. Big time. So I need to fire up another account on here. Killed it last time. Also, I did make a last week. I had to make a coupon code for Market Cipher. It was fight back. One word, fight back. So I wanted to fight back this week. I never ended up making the video. I think it's 40% off. Code fight back for Market Cipher, 40% off. Fight back. All right. So look at this. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So now we're on Bitcoin. Let's get to Bitcoin here. In fact, let's go to a different chart. Let's go to the new spider lines, the 2.0s. A little fresh look here. Yeah. So we still got momentum. Kind of, it's gone through the clip. And I mean, if we just look at the last one, not saying that's what's going to happen, but it clipped one, and then we have the clip one, and then maybe next week. So maybe we got one more week of shit before maybe we see a continuation, potentially. The 2-day, we have inward curvature on momentum. That's good. We would like this momentum to curve on up here. That's good. VWAP is coming up straightly. It's not inwardly curved, so that's good. It's not inward curve, so coming back down. It's not really outward curve either. It's just straight. We'll take it for now. But we'll see. We're going to keep an eye on this momentum to see if it's starting to curve back up. Which says curve back up. So we want to see on momentum. Okay, so we're going to keep our eye on that. Looking for a trigger wave, something like this, right? So if this comes down and boop, boop, and we see that wave, boop, boop, X marks the spot, just like when we were on the weekly and X marked the spot of the bull run that we are in right now, that we saw weeks in advance. We're waiting for it, ready to go, ready to blow. Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 weeks later. God damn. Has it been that long? Holy. Feels like, oh my God. Yeah. It's been 4 months, 3, 4 months, 4 months. Wow. Okay, where were we? What was that, the 2-day? Okay. Daily. RSI still up high, red, but up high. We got a little momentum kind of clippage here, but it's a little messy. A little messy. It's a little choppy down here. A little choppy down here. Very choppy here. What is this? 12-hour choppy down here. Momentum down. Trying to come up. We'll see if this turns into a green tightened RSI. These RSIs are spread out. We're going to see if this turns into green and tight. We want this over this line. These RSIs come over this line. Not be mid-range. But like up here, see how these green RSIs are in the top half of this range with this white line right here? That's what we want. We want to tighten in the top half. We want the RSIs just like these to turn from this into these. Okay? Green, tight RSIs in the upper second half. That's what we want on these high time frames. That alone, it almost don't even matter what else is going on in these high time frames. We get something like that, boom, it's on. Keep our eye on that. The 6 hour, yeah, the RSIs are green, thin, and they're still below, and so this still has some consolidation to do. We do have our nice little anchor, little trigger wave right there, so there is hope here. But there's a reason why we wait and we don't front run, because front running, you end up like CryptoFace last week. Oh, front run this whole way down, dying, taking everybody with you, falling asleep in the chair. It was God. So in theory, let's take a step back and look at the grand scheme of things. It's the 4th year of the 4-year cycle. Wow, we're already in Q4. Well, it's the end of the year now, folks. 4 more months left. It's another year. What the hell? So we'll see. Come January, February, there might be some really bad news. That's going to shake things up. Maybe Shidoshi moves a Bitcoin, sells a Bitcoin, everyone shits their pants. Or maybe, who knows, maybe this time it's different. Maybe this time it's different. And we never see a pullback. Oh! Maybe we just print our way out of it. No! But if history repeats itself, and it typically does, this 4-year cycle shit is real, and we got 4 months left, and sometime early next year or within this time span, whenever, something bad's supposed to happen. It's going to, quote unquote, trigger the bear market. It could be a bunch of different things. It could be something horrible happening to, I'm not going to repeat, there's something bad could trigger something. So we got 4 months to get this wood, chop this wood, and take some good profits by the end of the year. Not saying we got to sell everything, but at least take some profits by the end of the year, and play it by ear. So, code FIGHTBACK for 40% off. I am going on another little mini vacation tomorrow. I will have my workstation with me, but yeah. My head's been in the sand, and I'm just poking it out just to tell you I'm still here, and this is what I think is going on. And I'm going to go back in my cave in my little sand hole now.